KD Beats.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Beats Planet.
Hey. Yeah.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
And we back.
Hey, watch
What the business is. What the business is. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for being here. All that. Shouts out to all the essential workers working at the Blue Flame and such. It's very important work that you do. Shouts out to all of you, that tune in to the live streams when we run the live streams, to the Doing All Right pod when y'all tap into the Doing All Right pod. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all watching that Dallas Cowboys draft show when we I hope y'all enjoying it. I hope everything's everything out there. I hope that y'all receive everything that you asking for, and I hope that you're grateful just in case you don't get it. Couple things to talk about today. Couple things to talk about today. The Cowboys and their need, or I was gonna say need, but I'll just say their lack of urgency. You know. Somebody says, what they say about Skywalker still? It's coming. All right, we need the budget to clear the budget. Wait till after draft. Start asking me after draft, and I'll have something for you. The lack of urgency in the Cowboys and their team building thus far. That's kind of, what we're going to tap in with today. And not just the players that they get, the skill in which I think those players are. What part of the roster are we actually rebuilding? And will we be better off just signing the guys that we had in the first place? Did you hear what I said? Will we be better off? We here to tap in with all that stuff today, man. The phones are lit. Just got a couple things I want to say, man. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Just a couple of points I wanted to touch on, all right? Just a couple of points I wanted to touch on. Shouts out to Stan. It don't even feel like the offseason with all your content, Voch. Well, hey, look, man, I thought when we got to the offseason, I'd be working a little less. I'm working a little more. I'm just streaming a lot less, but I hate that. I need to stream a little more. Now, first of all, I appreciate y'all for being here, man. So with the Cowboys and their free agency and how they moving, right? I feel like we've seen this before, right? That's the bad part, like you feel like you've seen the movie before. And I'm not telling women to go out there and deal with toxic men, but when you hear about these old R&B songs or these Tyler Perry movies, that's what Jerry Jones doing to us, dog. What he doing? What he doing? Boy, every time we about to walk out the door, boy, they say, hey, look, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen again. Hey, I'm sorry. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. And I had to say it in that way because the one thing I didn't want to do is, y'all remember when y'all was being toxic to that girl? You hear what I said? I didn't want y'all to snitch on yourself, right? But we'll just, take their word for it. When we listen to that old Mary J. Blige and how sick she is. Dog, Jerry is hitting us with the I'ma do different this time. And he still borrow your car and forget to pick you up at work. Jerry and them boys be like, hey, man, I'm going to be different. I'm going to change. And he still sneak out the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. Jerry Jones be like, man. Oh, look. Oh, chat, this is a good one. Yo, chat. Jerry look at us and be like, hey, if you don't trust me, what are we even doing here? Jerry hit you one of them. I used to be toxic, so I know all the lines and shit. Look, I used to hear, hey, look, we ain't got trust, we ain't got nothing. That's how Jerry talking to us, man. Oh, if you want to look through my phone, we might as well just cut this off right now. We might as well check on this. That's how they talking to us, dog. That's how they talking to us. And look, this the bad part, right? When I was just, regular cowboy YouTube character, man, I DMV say, here, check my phone. No, we deleted everything before we had that goddamn. Boy, we know ain't nothing on that phone. We about to turn that mug over to the authorities. That's how Jerry and them talk to us. That's how they talk to us, man. And when I was just, just lowly old Voch, just kind of kicking it, I wasn't Voch Lombardi at the time. I was just regular Voch at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they got over on me a few times. Let me take this knife out of my pocket. I feel like they got over on me a few times, right? Let me tell you what's been keeping me in the game. And I apologize if this is rubbing off on y'all, okay? Let me tell y'all what's keeping me in the game. Let me tell y'all what keep me believing Jerry Jones's lies. You said you ain't gonna cheat on me no more. Let me tell you what got me believing Jerry Jones's lies. I got sources now. I got sources now. Check and say the real phone in the He said the real phone in the trunk of the car. The real phone is in a backyard in an empty Dorito bag. Hey, what you mean? You wasn't trying to hide enough. You wasn't trying to hide enough, sir. I got sources now. That's the problem with me having sources now, right? Because right when I'm in this position where I get to be like, well, I'm not going to believe a word that Jerry Jones has to say. Like, I'm friends with Bobby Belt and Brian Broaddus and shit, right? So what they'll do is they'll hit me with, well, Voch, what we think is going to happen, sources say the Cowboys are possibly going to be a little more aggressive. Which is different, but the same as All In last year. You know what I'm saying? Because All In last year and selective aggression and the little nonsense that's going on right now is all the same thing. So when they hit us with these words that got different meanings, that's all the same meanings. When they hit us with these things, a part of us want to believe it because there's a greater good in believing these people, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't believe Jerry now. But when we hear Bobby Belt and Brian Broaddus say, they even come on, they come on the thing, they come on my show, and they'll be like, well, Voch, Voch, what you think they're going to do with that CeeDee Lamb restructure? And dog, they've been restructuring Zach and Tyron and Dak and Tony and Zeke and CD. Everybody with a contract that's worth talking about. They've restructured those contracts since the beginning of time, and that's never resulted in more free agents. Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
It's all the same thing. DMV said it. They rebranded is what they do. They rebranded is what they do. You know what I'm saying? We've been here before. You selling us the same lie. You know what you did? You took the signing and you poured it in a vitamin water bottle and you went different. But it's not. It's the same old thing. And listen, they got me good too, dog. Hey, dog, they are a different type of toxic, bro. They got me too. I even went on my own social media and tweeted about it. Y'all remember that? Y'all went on my Twitter. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Cause the evidence is glaring. Hold on. Y'all can hold me accountable. It's cool. Hold me accountable. I love when y'all do that. Hold me accountable. Let me go to my Twitter real fast. Hold on. I feel terrible now that I think about it. Let's go. Window capture. Yeah. All right. Let me make sure ain't nothing goofy up here. All right, ain't nothing goofy up here. We'll just move out the way. Make sure the OGs in the back can see. Y'all hold me accountable, bro, please. I got my big board up there. This is me being mad, but we really could have just re-signed Chauncey and Jay Luda. That's me being mad, right? Let me show y'all me giving them some credit. This is me giving them a little bit of credit. Probably more credit than I should have gave them. What up, JC? What up, Joey? A little more credit than I should have gave them. I said, well, there's some overspending going on today. The Joneses ain't wrong about day one spending. I'll see what they do Wednesday. Hey, I regretted this shit by Tuesday. I'm up here talking about Wednesday. By the time I got to Tuesday, I'm up here looking at myself like, yo, maybe I should take this shit down. Hey, maybe I should delete this motherfucker. I'm up here talking like maybe I should get rid of this damn tweet while I still got time. Talking about some wait till Wednesday. Today's Thursday and nothing's happened with your roster. You know what you did? You got better at backup 3-tick. You got Solomon Thomas instead of Carlos Watkins. That's what you did. That's what happened by damn Thursday. I ought to be ashamed of myself. And you know what's happening when Ravens fans and Eagles fans, when they hit us up and they be like, man, why you still deal with him? And we just go, but he love me. Boy, look, DMV, you know when they try to change you, but they really can't? DMV, you know when you ain't no good and they try to change you and you know they can't? but you act like they can change you just to get over it. Look, that's my old life. That's my old life. But that's what Jerry Jones is doing. That's what Jerry Jones is doing. Hey, look, not only am I gonna borrow your car to go to work, but I'm gonna wash it and put gas in it next time. That's what Jerry's saying to us. That's what he's saying. Look, I'm a different man now. I'm a different man now, but I've been there before. I've been to that school before. I took them classes. Jerry saying, I'm going to pick you up from work on time. I'm going to wash your car while I'm out. I'm going to get your oil changed, and I'm going to put some gas in there. Ain't no motherfucking gas in that. Ain't no gas in that goddamn car. I stole my car, Jody. Look, man. Jerry Jones looking us in the facing line. Y'all want to know the bad part about Jerry Jones lying? I hope I still got it. Y'all want to know the bad part about Jerry Jones lying? Ain't no way I still got it. The worst part about Jerry Jones lying, I know I've been hitting a lot of buttons today, Chad, but I try to hit the buttons when it's poignant. I just think I've been poignant all day. Y'all know the worst part about Jerry lying to us is when he's talking, it sounds like he's lying. Ain't that some shit? Like, I could at least listen to we'll listen to Mike McCarthy, right? Mike McCarthy at least sounds like he was telling the truth when he was talking to it. Mike McCarthy, are you gonna get Turpin involved this year? And Mike McCarthy looking at the face, hey, well, that's a fantastic question. He'll take accountability. Oh, that's a fantastic question. We 100% should get Turpin more involved. He's one of our, best players. He's super fast and explosive, probably the fastest player on our team. It's just up to us as a coaching staff to get him going. And then, by the time we get it all figured out, Turpin will be a pivotal part of this offense. It sounded like Mike McCarthy was telling the truth to us. You know how Jerry Jones talked to us? Jerry, we're going to be a little more active in the trade market this year. Jerry Jones said, Jerry Jones sound like a motherfucker that's lying to you, don't it? He sound like somebody lying to you, don't it? Ain't that and we listen to him sound like he's lying to us. I'll put some gas in your car. Jerry say, Jerry, you gonna put some gas in? There's a reason why the 89 costs more than the 87. Like, that's how Jerry talked to us, man. And for some reason, bro, I'm not above it neither. I'm a Cowboy fan too, bro. I be on the draft show. I be on .com. And I talk like a Cowboy fan. They be like, well, the Cowboys want to do this. I be like, we want to do this. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan, bro. And Jerry Jones looked me in the face and say, I'm going to do better. I'm not going to do it again. And then the car break down the middle of the street and he just blame it on us. That's what happens. Well, the damn ticket sales ain't what they do to us. Let's talk about these free agents, though. Or at least the idea of roster building, right? This is my big problem with how the Cowboys are building their roster. I hate to give these boys credit, but they won a Super Bowl. What you gonna do, right? They won a Super Bowl. What you gonna do? This is what the Eagles will do. The Eagles will draft a defensive tackle, Jordan Davis, and they'll do their damnness to make him a backup, right? Jordan Davis, a first round pick for them, stud of a one tech type of guy, a guy that you're gonna lean on in the future, and they'll do their absolute best to bury him down the depth chart. That's what they'll do. They'll draft a wide receiver. They'll draft what's my man Hightower. Remember they drafted Hightower from Penn State. Then they'll go and bring in another wide receiver to push him down, the kid from Southern Miss. Then they'll go and get Devontae, and they'll go and get AJ, and they'll bump those guys down the list. So now a Jalen Reagor that you spent a first round pick on is a depth guy for you. What the Eagles do, I hate to get them hoes credit, boy. But what they do is they attack the top of their roster and they bump everybody else down. What the Cowboys do, they'll attack the bottom of the roster and they bump everybody up. That's what they do. The Cowboys will draft a linebacker that'll make Maris Luafau the bona fide starter. They'll go sign a corner that'll make Kalen Carson a bona fide starter. They'll go sign, they ain't done this yet, but they'll go get a one tech and they'll be like, yo, Mozzie got to step up. We leaning on Mozzie. We going to bump him up and make him the bona fide starter. If this was the Philadelphia Eagles, and I can't stand them hoes, but they won a Super Bowl, what you going to say about it? If they draft a defensive tackle or bring in a defensive tackle, they're trying to bury Mozzie Smith into the third one tech. And that's how them hoes keep getting better and we can't. Hit button. That's how they do. Stop. That's how they do it. That's how they do it, bro. They won't go, oh, let me bring somebody in to push Jalen Tolbert down. They'll bring in somebody like Mingo, spend a 4th round pick on him to compete with Ryan Flournoy. Who the fuck Mingo was supposed to compete with? I'm not cutting the music back on. Who was Jonathan Mingo supposed to be competing with up in here? Who? D-Shift says they pushed out Derek Barnett. They pushed out Derek Barnett. They pushed him out. Brandon Graham was fighting for his life at the end of the year because it is what it is. Them boys drafted, who they drafted? They drafted Jordan Davis, and I believe that was the Jalen Carter year. They still went to go get Ndamukong Suh and whoever the hell else that they brought up. They want to push you down the board. And if you are Jordan Davis and you can outlive Ndamukong Suh, you deserve to be here. Mozzie ain't had no competition all year, bro. Boy ain't been tested all year. And you know what happens? This is what happens. Hold me accountable. This is what happens. Hold me accountable, please. This is what happens. I'll watch the film begrudgingly and not even doing it on purpose, but part of this is my fault. You know what I'll say? I'll drop a video, right? I'll go, hey man, I don't know. Mozzie was looking good versus the Giants, dog. It's a system, it's a cycle. Y'all hold me accountable, please. I'm part of this. I'm part of the problem. You know some shit I'll do? Chat, I'll be like, hey man, shit. Chat, I'm part of the problem, I promise. Hold me accountable. I'm not laughing. It's just looking back on it. Look, I'll be like, hey, man. Hey, Tyrus Wheat had a good day, didn't he? I'll do that. That's what I'll do. I'll laugh at Dorrance Armstrong. Be like, man, to watch the football wisdom brought in Dorrance Armstrong. I'm not perfect. Boy, they brought in Dorrance Armstrong. But at the same time, I'll be like, man, Tyrus Wheat, man. Hey, what about it? Hey, how about it? How about it? Chat, am I lying? If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, please just correct me, please. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Whatever, I'm just please put it in there. Just let me know. Let me know. And what ends up happening is that, and it's happening with my offensive line right now. This is where DMV stopped agreeing with me. But I had to come to grips that when me and DMV and Rome and J Tuck or even Lou, when we disagree, or even JC, I'm gonna give him a shout out too. When we disagreeing in public, it's the Cowboys pitting us against each other. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what'll happen, right? I'll go, damn boy, I would love to improve this offensive line. And 2, 3, 4 other people will go, damn, boy, we need to improve running back. Somebody else will go, damn, boy, we need to improve wide receiver. And it looks like we all fighting against each other. But you know what Eagles fans get? I can't stand them hoes, but dog, they want a Super Bowl. What you want me to say? You know what Eagles fans get? Eagles fans get the best offensive line. They get 2 first-round receivers. Them motherfuckers get the best running back in football. They got a running back at quarterback. It is what it is. They got a running back at quarterback. But while we over here fighting about the pieces, they're pushing players down their roster that we wish we'll have. That's why the lies that Jerry and them telling this year are a little more egregious. That's why the lies this year are a little more egregious. And these hoes about to act like Tank Lawrence and Chauncey Golston ain't just walk out the door. I don't mean to call them these hoes and I just left they building working on their program, whatever. But these people will let Tank and Chauncey walk out the door. And Jerry Jones, in his "I'm lying to you" voice, he'll give you a hint. He'll go, "Oh yeah, we hoping some rehab goes well." And you know what's gonna happen? Before you know it, we're banking on Sam Williams. That's what's gonna happen. Kenneth Richardson says, "Let's stop talking about the Eagles." Let me tell you where you're wrong, bro. I can't stand the Eagles or Eagles fans just as much as many 570 some people in this chat. I can't stand them. Make me sick talking about them. You know what them boys did? What we should be doing. They won a Super Bowl, dog. How can you not talk about it? They won a Super Bowl, bro. I don't want to get that goofy ass credit. I'm a villain over there. They don't like me. I don't fuck with them. They don't like me. You gotta get them boys credit. They do what they gotta do to get to a Super Bowl and win it. What you want me to say? And you want to know how they win Super Bowl? Like, bro, I feel what you're saying. I don't like talking about them neither, but this is what we'll do. We'll go, hey, man, Jalen Tolbert to be a cool little wide receiver too. You know what they do? They go, all right, let's throw Julio Jones at wide receiver 3. Let's throw John Dotson. Let's throw Jahan Dotson at wide receiver 3 just to see what it looks like. Don't tell me stop talking about the Eagles, bro. It's still F them. I don't fool with them. But, dog, look at what we doing versus the team that just won the Super. How about this? How about imaginary just won a Super Bowl ass team? I'm not talking about the Eagles, right? I'm talking about imaginary just won the Super Bowl ass team. How about that? That make you feel better? We just got rid of 2 4th-round picks that we ain't even using. He say, let's focus on us. What you think I'm doing, nigga? What you think I'm doing? We don't need to focus on us. Jerry and them need to focus on us. We chilling. We fans. We just gonna watch the product on Sundays. I'm gonna make a little money talking about it all year, but they need to focus on us. The best teams build the top of their roster and push it down. We build the bottom of the roster and we push it up. That's what we do, bro. That's what we do. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Y'all remember when we first traded for Mingo? I'm talking about the Cowboys. You ready? Y'all remember when we traded for Mingo? Right? And we was like, oh, ain't no way Jonathan Mingo gonna stop us from taking a wide receiver. Y'all know what the Cowboys will do that'll make me worried that they not looking at wide receiver giving Turpin $6 million? Not saying that should be a reason why you don't draft wide receiver. We know how the Cowboys get down. I was talking to Brian Bross about this. Shameless plug on the Doing All Right. I was like, if this was 2021, I would probably have a little more faith in the front office to make a great decision with our 1st-round pick. Dog, how we doing now, bro? I don't know how it's gonna go. We may not take a running back till pick 147, 143. We may not. The first pick off the board might be like a pass rusher that ain't gonna start or something. We don't know what's gonna happen. That just seeing that's how they've been moving, man. We just can't assume everybody got the same kind of senses as my mom been saying that for years. We can't assume everybody gonna just think like us. So while we up here going, hey dog, clearly wide receiver is a need. You know what they doing? Hey man, Jalen Tolbert. Yo, look, what's old boy? Ryan Flournoy is gonna do something for us. They going, hey, Ryan Flournoy been looking good in the weight room. That's what they'll do, bro. That's what they'll do. And look, when I say we, I mean them, not me and y'all. But they'll take Mingo and they'll take Flournoy and they'll take this amalgamation of what New Tolbert is supposed to be, and they'll push them up. They'll push those guys up to where they'll go, okay, we got a wide receiver 2, 3, and 4. That's Tolbert, Brooks, Turpin, whatever. Then what they'll do, instead, we should get a wide receiver in the first round. They gonna go, oh, we'll get a wide receiver in the 7th round for depth. And y'all know how I know that's what they gonna do? Because that's what they did last year. We need a wide receiver last year. Chad, am I lying? Chad, we need a wide receiver last year. You know what they did? They waited till Flournoy range to get wide receiver. We needed running back last year. You know what they did? They waited to, okay, well, these running backs may not be better than Rico range. Then they took running back. We was looking at running back and wide receivers last year. Chad, am I lying? We was looking at running backs and wide receivers last year. Am I lying? Linebacker in the 3rd, corner in the 5th. I'm like, dog, we've been waiting 3 years for that one. That's where me and some of the people that's fighting me about the O-line talk, and really we ain't fighting about O-line talk because I want to take wide receiver too. But that's where the fight comes from. They'll be like, yo, Voch, we haven't taken wide receiver in so long. And I'm like, I agree. I'm with you. We don't disagree about that. But the best teams push guys off their roster and we push guys up them. We push guys. I can't wait to hear the rhetoric about Mazi this year. In this class where defensive tackle 1 techs are plentiful. In this class, defensive tackle 1 techs are plentiful. This is a class like I've never seen of defensive tackle 1 techs. Normally what you get with 1 techs, you either get guys that are like top 15 guys, and you may get guys that fall into the 2nd round, but besides that, you get fat ass people that go in the 7th round. That's what you do. And I'm a big boy. I can say that. Skinny people can't talk about D linemen like that. You know what I'm saying? That's typically how D line works. This is a class to where your 1st round D linemen are good. Your 1 techs in particular. Your 2nd round 1 techs are good. Your 3rd, 4th, and your 5th round 1 techs are good. This is a weird class for 1 tech in that way. And this will be the one time that you have an opportunity to definitively push Mazi down your roster. You have an opportunity to do it. You had an opportunity with Hargrave, but they lying about some money. But you have an opportunity to push Mazi down your roster. You know what they're going to do? They're going to wait. They're going to wait. This is what the Cowboys will do. They'll draft a defensive end with your 1st round pick. And that defensive end may not even play over Micah and Marshawn. And when we get to the back of the draft where we, you know what I'm saying, where those players kind of fall off premium wise, that's when you're going to draft 1 tech that should have been taking Mazi's spot. That's where you're going to take running backs that should be taking the invisible energy of running back on this team. And by the time we get to those picks, all those receivers are not going to be better than Jalen Tolbert when you could have addressed that early in the game. That's what's been happening, bro. That's what's been happening, bro. I said on my Twitter the other day, dog, look, if this how you gonna get down, bro, if these the guys you gonna bring in, you might as well have been and just kept Chauncey and J. Lou. If this how it's gonna be, you know, and shouts out to Kyer Elam, man, but he'll be a depth guy in that way. But this is the problem. Kyer Elam comes onto your roster challenging Kalen Carson or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not challenging the top of your shit. You know what I'm saying? You would love to bring in a corner that looks like Bland. You brought in a corner that looks like Carson. That's where I think the problem going to be. I think wide receiver going to be just like that. I think, for example, running back, you brought in Javonte Williams. You brought in a running back, Rico gone, but he's not a better than Rico guy. He's a better than Zeke guy. But why is your first option trying to go for better than Zeke guy? Get us a better than Rico guy. And then you can fucking get Javonte Williams if you want to and push him down the roster a little bit. But they don't want to get a guy that's better than Rico. They want to get a guy that's better than Deuce. Dono the Beast says, nah, Voch, you tripping on this one. Man, you can call in or tell me how I'm tripping. You could call in or tell me how I'm tripping. I don't go live daily no more. So I'll invite you to do this. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me hit you. Look, I don't go live every day like I used to because it's just a little busy. But I'll oblige you. I got a little time today. Normally I don't. But the Frankles always got time for you. What?
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. A chance to warp back in time to change your fate. Back to before you made the wrong choice. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frankel and Frankel. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frankel first.
214-333-3333. 214-333-3333. If you've been in an accident, you've been hit by a truck or hit by a negligent driver, please call the Frankles. Do not call your insurance company first. Call the Frankles first, and they'll tell you what to do. The insurance companies will lie to you. The Frankles used to work for insurance companies, so they know the lies that they tell. Be sure to tap in with the Frankles or go to frankelfirm.com. And when you go to frankelfirm.com, scroll down to the bottom, man. Look at all that money they've been winning for their clients. And the Frankles don't get paid until you get paid. So shouts out to them, man. Frankel and Frankel. Let me just see what's going on here. D Shift said something poignant in the comments earlier. Let me tap in with D Shift. D Shift, what do you think about my logic that Dono in the chat don't agree with? The idea that the Cowboys are trying to build the bottom of their roster when they should be trying to build the top of their roster. What you think about that, man?
Nah, yeah, it's happening before your eyes, bro. Like war calls throughout the whole. Like that should be the whole stream, just war calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, because like you look at it, right? Like was Kalen Carson's all of a sudden up the depth chart, right? Mm-hmm. Jalen Tolbert. I mean, Brock Hoffman, like he's starting guard now. Like you just incumbency based off the fact that you have no competition. That's the way it's been like forever, you know.
Yep.
So like all those Eagles guys we laid out, like all those guys were pretty much first round picks, and they all got flushed out.
Yeah. Carson
Wentz. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how the Eagles got rid of that big contract. So. I can't. I mean, I think everything you've been saying basically has been. I mean, it's a common sense point. Somebody said it was coping. Sound like you were just coping.
Yeah.
But like this is common sense, right? This is like Thomas Paine, like hear ye, you know.
Well, I mean, if they want an example in particular, think about Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith was a guy that they drafted, and he had to fight for his life, and he didn't win that fight. He ended up being benched or whatever, but like Sweat ended up pushing him down the roster or whatever. And then as Nolan was like developing under Sweat or whatever, now you got Nolan and Sweat as two good pass rushers for you. What the Cowboys would do is take Nolan and keep bringing in people worse than Nolan and force Nolan to be the starter. That's the difference between the Cowboys and the imaginary team that won the Super Bowl that people don't want to hear about. That's the difference in how we operate. Go ahead.
See, Cowboys never got to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith because they still be trying to get over Aguilar and Rhaegar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First round picks. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that's basically like that's a big part of like, you know, among other things, but like that's a big part of the problem. Like I feel confident what they can do draft wise this year because it's a top 15 pick, you know.
Yeah.
I was gonna actually ask you, like, out of all your guys and say your top 8 prospects, like which guy do you feel like can fall to the Cowboys, and like would it make sense for them to get them?
Appreciate you, man. Good call. Just all right, bro. Just looking at my why my mouse tripping. Just looking at my top 8 or whatnot, right? Let's see what D Shift top my top 8. And if y'all want to see my actual board, you can go to my Twitter. I have it pinned at the top here. So my top 8 is different than what the Cowboys' top 8 will possibly be. But my top 8, let's see. He's 9. So cool. I got Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham. I can show y'all what we got going on. We ain't doing nothing else. Cool. All right. So he's talking about my top 8 guys. So that'll be, let me put it on the screen for y'all. I haven't done my big ranking yet, like my big board ranking yet. But this is what my first round grades are in order. And I'll do my second round grades in order, and I'll do my third round grades, and that'll end up being my top 150 or whatever. But my 8th player is Matthew Golden. I've been on Matthew Golden for a while. So just guys that could fall to Dallas that are on this list. Matthew Golden is a guy that could fall. That's the top 8 guy. Burden is the top 8 guy. I went on the draft show and fought for Josh Simmons today. I ain't, like it wasn't a fight, but I went and gave my report or my opinion on why, he would be a top guy. And I think teams are overthinking McMillan a little bit, with his 40 time. Genty's another guy that may fall because he's a running back, but you cool with your top 8. I'm cool with my top 9. I'm cool with my top 10 and 11 and 12. Everybody on this list that's 12 and up, I'll take them. But of course, my list is different than the Cowboys' list. That makes sense. But anyway, that's my board. If y'all don't see my board, it's pinned at the top of my Twitter. All right. Let's see what CJ from NC talking about. What's up, CJ? Hey, hello?
Hey, Voch.
Yeah.
Somebody cop.
Huh?
Somebody cop.
So why'd cop, my boy? What's happening with you?
Voch, I need rehab.
Shit, I bet. From what?
The Cowboys are putting people, like, every year it's the same thing. And this one, it sucks to be a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we don't learn from what we did last year at all.
Yeah. You say you at home? Well, shit, CJ driving through it, goddamn. CJ was driving through it, goddamn. I still got a little cough every now and then. CJ was driving through a damn Cat 5, wasn't he? It's all good. JR the mailman, what up, man? Hello?
What's going on, man? I haven't really been in the loop, as far as what's going on with it. But what you think about the free agents?
About the free agents that the Cowboys have signed and traded for?
Right.
Javonte is better than Zeke as a running back 2 type of guy. I think Solomon Thomas is a cool backup 3 tech that'll play behind Osa. I haven't watched the linebacker from the Bears, but Eberflus likes him, so maybe that'll translate there. I'm not the biggest fan of Peyton Turner. I wasn't a fan of him in the draft coming out neither. And it was something else I was thinking. Something else about one of them guys. Oh yeah, and Elam. Elam can play for you, man. If you think Elam's better than Kalen Carson, that's why he's here. Cool, but I would have rather taken all that money and just gave it to Jordan Lewis and Chauncey Golston. I think we'd have been fine.
Yeah, I was just there laughing at you, man, because you were spot on what you were saying about, what's going on. It's like they reverse, like they, the first thing they do when they wake up is put the drawers on their head. They've been doing it for the last, 5-6 years. Why won't you just draft guys who, like you said, push guys down the roster instead of drafting guys to push the good guys? That don't make sense.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Maybe they'll figure it out one day, bro. But they ain't got it this time. Appreciate it, JR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You know how it go, man. Okay, cool. CJ calling us back. Let's see what CJ's talking about. Hello?
Hey, Voch, can you hear me now?
Man, CJ done pulled over. What's good, CJ?
Man, at this point, can you give me any hope for being a Cowboys fan? You got to watch all the teams that we beat up normally. The Eagles, the Redskins. Matter of fact, I don't know if we beat the Giants this year. We going down the wrong way, and the only thing Jerry Jones care about is if we going out there to training camp and filling up the seats.
Mm-hmm.
How do we stay being a fan? I need some hope I need optimistic Voch right now because we ain't go. It's been so long. Like we not even going to Golden Corral. We going to McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, optimistic Voch ain't got nothing for you because they keep lying to me, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to take it no more. No more pain. No more drama. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, Voch, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Well, while we out here looking for wide receivers, is our relationship with Amari Cooper so bad that we won't go back and talk to him anymore?
Well, according to Amari Cooper, according to Bobby Belt, shouts out to Bobby, Cooper and Mike McCarthy had the issue with each other. I still think that there's probably going to be something to the Cooper not doing the protocol with vaccine and all that. So I don't know where he's at with the organization, but Dak got a great relationship with him. CD got a great relationship with him, and I think Cooper coming back to be a wide receiver too would be cool.
Man, vaccine or no vaccine, he better than what Jalen Tolbert has been the last 3 years.
Yeah, probably.
Cooper on the sideline has been a better player.
Well, yeah, you probably right. Appreciate you, my guy. Go ahead.
At this point, my only fear is that they bring back Michael Gallup.
All right, okay, cool. I should have hung up. CJ, good call, bro. I appreciate. Hey, let's not bring Gallup in. Let's not get Gallup involved.
The conference has been locked.
Let's not drag Michael Gallup into this. He don't deserve this. J.O. Freddy dropped the 5 in the Cashapp, man. He says it's too much negativity, but I get it. Yo, J.O., man, you know me, man. I'm normally cool, man. I'm normally chilling with the whole whatever with the get down, man. But I've been hurt, dog. I've been hurt, my guy. You know how I go, but I appreciate you. Hey, man, can y'all hit the like button, please, man? I don't ask for a whole bunch, man. I just want to get to a certain amount of likes, man. I just want this video to be a cool little video, man, that we can lean back on and just say it was a good video. Can I just get a couple hits of the like button, please? Appreciate you, man. We ain't doing nothing else, man. Let's get Eli on the phone. See what he talking about. What up, Eli?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up, player?
Hey, look, all I want to say is, man, look, I just want to come in and say I really respect people like you, man, out here who putting out the real, content, man, and not just trying to go with the norm to get views and all this stuff, because some of your counterparts, that you be cool with, like I said, I ain't trying to start no beef and but some of them, man, be hyping up these picks and, oh, man, yes, great, he can come in and fill it. It's like, dude, no. The Commanders are getting better each and every week. You know what I'm saying? By making that huge trade. Like you were just saying earlier, like everything you were spitting out was just straight facts. We always sit around to the last minute and just don't do nothing, and then sign these ass players, and then go try to convince the fans, oh, this is going to push us over the edge, and we all know it ain't, and it's just like I just want to say dog, people like you, man, it's respect, because it's nah, like you just said earlier, I'm tired of getting lied to, and then I'm tired of just saying, oh, okay, well maybe it'll be different, because this year it wasn't different. They just sat there and watched the flying squirrels, because I hate them. I don't even want to call them the Eagles. I call them the flying squirrels.
Okay.
They just sat there and watched the flying squirrels win the Super Bowl. And then the Commanders went how far they went. And we still come back this year and do the exact same damn thing. You give us this bullshit with Turpin, and then you know what I'm saying, and doing all this, it just doesn't make sense, man. And and us Cowboys fans, bro, we just need more people like you on the air and just spitting the facts, dog, no, we cannot be sit here and lie. I mean, continue to get lied about and say, oh, we getting better, oh, this year be better. It ain't gonna be better. We're gonna be fighting for the last place this year coming up, right? And you know it. Everybody know it. Everybody know it. And then we signed Javonte so early, that's a huge matter. Man, when I seen the Javonte, I was like, man, are you serious?
Yeah.
Bring Rico back here for all that.
Yeah. I mean,
but
Rico,
that's all I gotta say,
Rico
man.
signed for.
But I just want to
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, man. Rico signed for 1 year, $2.75 million. I mean, he got some incentives in there if he, reaches whatever. But his base is like 2.75. Man, like you could have afforded Rico when you thought you couldn't, but I guess they just didn't want to pay.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just like it doesn't make sense. Like you just said, like we work back ass like just backwards, bro. Like we bringing in Elam and making all this stuff. Like they ain't gonna do nothing. They gonna get burnt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you see the people who they got now? Like the wide receivers that we got to go against. Diggs now he hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we got to hope when he come back. Bland just coming off his injury. You know what I'm saying? So he still got his feet wet. Like it's gonna get scared for us, man. It's gonna get scared for us, Voch. But that's all I gotta say, man. Appreciate the time, bro. And like I said, man, keep putting out them facts, bro. Because like I say, like, you know what I'm saying, like us Cowboys fans, bro, we want to find people like you who telling the truth, man, who ain't on here trying to get, views and say, oh, I talk about the Cowboys, and you say, nah, man, I don't care if you don't like it, but this is the truth, you know what I'm saying? And this is what, these Joneses are doing to us every single year.
Appreciate you, guys. Who's this? Eli. Appreciate you, Eli. Good call.
All right, go.
I am trying to get views. Hey, slow down, Eli. Hey. I'm trying to get views too. But nah, man. And honestly, I don't think that my Cowboy content creator colleagues are wrong. I don't think that they're wrong. I mean, you could disagree with somebody and both of y'all will be on the same page, Even somebody in the chat was like, who was it? J Pat says Cowboy fans complain about anything. We get players, y'all complain. We don't get players, y'all complain. Sure. I think you should be able to critique how the Cowboys are building your roster because you live and die by that roster build, That's what you live and die by. When we talk about the best teams in the league, we talk about the teams that put their roster together the best. So we not just complaining that they got players. We complaining at what players they got, the amount of money that they spent, and the idea that they could have took that money that they spent and got better players. We're not complaining that they got Kaiir Elam. Let me tell you something. I would love to have Kaiir Elam on my team. It's the fact that you let J. Lou walk, and then you go and get Kaiir Elam as some sense of, well, this is what I'm going to do at corner now. I would feel fantastic about trading a 5th round pick for Kaiir Elam if he was accompanied by Jordan Lewis, in which he's accompanied by Deron Bland. That's my point, sir. That's my point, sir. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what I said at the very beginning of the show. I know some of y'all came in late, so I'll just reiterate it. The Cowboys try to fix the bottom of the roster to push players up when the best teams try to fix the top of the roster and they push guys down. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind bringing in Solomon Thomas. I think the Solomon Thomas thing is cool or whatever, right? He'll be better than Carlos was last year. He's a rotational guy with what's his face there with Osa. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want the Cowboys to put their hands across their chest and be like, we signed Solomon Thomas. Are y'all happy? We signed Solomon Thomas. That's my big thing, right? That's my big thing. I want the Cowboys to make Mozzie a depth piece. I want them to make Jalen Tolbert a depth piece. There's nothing wrong with going to get players. I want to maximize my investment though, bro. That's all we saying. That's all we're saying. Most of us that have been fans long enough now know how they've been running the team. Well, now you're pivoting, right? Now you're pivoting. Of course, we know that that's how they run their team, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Every time the Cowboys do something wrong, I'm going to complain. I'm going to complain every time they do something wrong. So y'all want the Cowboys to spend a gang of money on one or two big names and still be able to fill these holes? Get real. Well, Johnny, let's have a conversation. You won't hear Voch saying go and spend like $30 million on T. Higgins or something like that. I wouldn't tell you to do that. But if you're gonna save money on Jordan Lewis and Chauncey Golston, right? Let's just say that they didn't sign Jordan Lewis and they didn't sign Chauncey Golston. Let's just say that's $16 million floating around. You could have either spent that 16 on Jordan Lewis and Chauncey Golston, or you could have taken that 16 and gotten a Javon Hargrave or a Jonathan Allen. I know it takes two to tango. I know they got to want to come here too. I'm just expressing to you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how I feel and what Cowboy fans seem to be complaining about. I could be wrong, but Kenneth Murray costs like $6 million. Solomon Thomas is like another $2 million. Williams, your running back, that's like another $3 million. Okay, that's $11 million. I could have taken that $11 million and done something different with it. We're not maximizing, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. That makes sense. You don't even hear me complain about D-Law. I think D-Law's out of their price range. You don't see me complaining about DeMarcus Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? But what the Cowboys need to do in general is that they need to marry all of player acquisition, right? We draft, we do offseason free agency, and we spend $38 on the bottom of the barrel free agents. I don't mind doing that. Eric Kendricks was good for you. Carl Lawson was good for you. But you got to take that leftover money that's just laying around, right? You got to take that leftover money that's laying around and make a real attempt to improve your roster, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because I know hyperbole in these conversations can make us misunderstand each other, right? I'm saying we need to sign more free agents. You're saying, oh, well, what you want the Cowboys to go and I don't mean to shake my arms like you goofy, my bad. I didn't mean to shake my arms. I didn't mean to shake my arms and use that voice with you, my bad, bro. But nobody said spend all the free agent money on one guy. Nobody said that. I just want them to do a better job of filling out the roster with more impactful depth pieces, bro. That's all I'm saying. I would rather spend the extra money on Dre Greenlaw than to save money on Kenneth Murray. Because Kenneth Murray may not be better than Louisville. I know Greenlaw is. That's all I'm saying, bro. Anyway, that's all I'm saying, man. We got some more callers though. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's get to these callers, man. I hate to have to stop going to the callers and fuss a little bit, but we're banking. Yeah, Kyle just said it. They're banking on Kalen Carson. Look, Kyle said Kyle, let me tell you all the people that they banking on that's gonna make you sick. They banking on Kalen Carson. They're probably banking on Brock Hoffman. They're banking on Louisville taking like another jump to be a guy. And they're banking on like Sam Williams coming back and being healthy. They're banking on Marshawn Nealon's next step. That's the problem here. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Chauncey Golston was like your fourth defensive end at some point. And he started and played some good reps for you last year. And he was your fourth to fifth defensive end last year. Which defensive end would Chauncey Golston be on this team? Chauncey would be what? Defensive end 3, 2? Hoffman was good though. That's part of my problem. That's part of my problem. If this was a really good team, Hoffman would be off the roster somewhere because they would build all the players that's over Hoffman. The Cowboys build under Hoffman and re-sign them. A good team would build, for example, right? I keep going back to the imaginary team that won the Super Bowl that y'all don't want to talk about because it's them. Y'all remember they drafted Andre Dillard at left tackle and his ass was terrible? That ain't stopped them from throwing resources at left tackle. The Cowboys would have just, Dillard got to step up, and I think that's what's going on with Guyton right now. Guyton is going through. Guyton got to step up right now. Guyton is going through. Guyton got to step up right now. In real life, you should be pushing Guyton with a veteran that can whoop him. Chuma Edoga was that on accident last year. But you should be actively trying to be better than Guyton to push him down the roster. And if Guyton can win that match, cool. It works for Guyton. He's a better player because of that. We just banking on Guyton getting better. Bring back Tyron. Tyron would have been fantastic to make Guyton sit down. That would have been a great idea. It would have been a fantastic idea. And Guyton play when he's ready. But that ain't what happened. We banked on Guyton. The imaginary team is the Eagles. It's just somebody was like, stop talking about the Eagles, and I'm just fucking with them. Y'all know how I go. I appreciate all 754 of y'all for tapping in with me today. 202, what's up? Who this?
How about them Cowboys?
Hey.
Y'all.
Mm-hmm. What's happening? What's happening? What you got for me?
All right. Yeah, well, Solomon Thomas. I wanted to ask you about Solomon Thomas and how it would possibly fit in to a 46 defense if we ever ran one. But Solomon Thomas, from his combine, I know he hasn't done much in his career yet, but he ran a 4.69. He seems at least having elite speed.
Yeah.
Could you possibly line him up or Mozzie up at the zero tech and implement a 46 defense if we have the personnel for it? There's a lot of ifs, but could you possibly see us using a 46 defense given how offenses are being used right now? You have running quarterbacks all the time, and you have Saquon Barkley. I mean, you're going to have different running backs as well. But if you could analyze that, let me know what your thoughts are.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling. I think offenses force you to be versatile. So we just can't walk into a game going, all right, well, this is a team that's run heavy, so we're going to run a bunch of bear or 4-6 or whatever, right? Because the minute you do that, they're going to throw the football all around you. What you got to do is you have to be able to stop the run out of your base formation, which might have to be nickel. If they're going to be able to run the ball out of 11, you got to be able to stop the run out of nickel. I think that's the bread and butter. If you can stop the run out of nickel, and if you can rush and get 4, then you're probably going to be a great defensive team. You know, you can get pressure with 4 and stop the run out of nickel. If you just run bear or 4-6, then they're just going to line a receiver up on one of your linebackers and just kick his ass all day, regardless of who that receiver is and regardless of if you change formation or personnel groups or not. If I was still calling plays on offense, that's what I would do. Like if it's modern football and I see somebody run a 4-6 defense out there, I'm putting Turpin over the edge and putting a linebacker on him, and we going to party. And you won high? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Appreciate it, Coach. Good to have you. Salute. 540. What's up? Who this?
What up, boss?
What's happening with you? What you got for the show?
So it's funny, you know, you go on Twitter, you see the division. You got the fans that are way too optimistic, then you got the fans that are, you know, way too pessimistic. I've always been in the middle. So, but I think the fans that think we're going to be terrible. I mean, I can't think of a time when, especially with Dak at quarterback, that we've had back-to-back bad years. So I'm not going to say we're going to be terrible. I think we might sneak into the playoffs, but just as much as the Commanders are getting better, the Eagles are, you know, they're kind of getting worse. They're losing talent, but they're still adding. So they'll be where they're at, but I'm not thinking we're going to be terrible. But and then one point I was going to make that I know you probably know I'm going to get a little bit from you on this, but I know how much you love Josh Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to go tackle first.
That's all right.
I know it would help, but I think we need to get a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball, especially if we're not going to address that in free agency.
Sure. I don't want to go Josh Simmons neither. I would love to go McMillan or Genty or something. We don't disagree. I just need to have my brain ready for the idea that they won't be there. That's all.
That's fair. And one last question. Do you think Dallas should look into Judon? I know he's a little bit up there, but I think he could add something to the pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, I would take a look at, you know, I mean, if Judon is going to come in and push your edge 2 and 3, then yeah, sure, bring him in. Let's talk about it. See what he about.
All right. That's all I got today.
All right. Appreciate you, my guy. Good call.
All right. Take it easy.
Yep. Timothy Arnold says, let me make sure it's him, because I read it. All right. Hoffman would start for 70% of the teams in this league. Voch acts like he's terrible. Well, I disagree. 70 is in my personal opinion, I think 70 is a lot. I don't think Hoffman's terrible though. But this conversation is deeper than Hoffman, right? If we are a rebuilding team of some sort, and when I say rebuilding, I mean like Vegas or something. I would love to have Brock Hoffman come and play guard or center for us. But if you listen to the conversation I've been having with y'all all day, I'm constantly talking about teams that do things better than us, okay? So let me run this by you. Yes, Brock Hoffman would start on a lot of teams in the NFL. But we're not trying to be like those teams. We're trying to be like the top 8 or so teams. You understand what I'm saying? And this is just me personally. We can build teams differently. If you build a team, I'll build my team. We'll put our teams against each other. We'll see. I'm trying to make the Cowboys a Super Bowl winner and contender. And I think how you do that, this is only my opinion. I'm not saying you crazy or nobody else. I think how you do that is you go and get the best guys you could possibly get and you go boogie. Tyler Steen would be a cool player. He'd be a fine player, Tyler Steen would be. But he doesn't start because that team wants what's best. I had another example too. Give me 2 seconds. What's old boy? You notice how them boys went from Miles Sanders to DeAndre Swift to Saquon Barkley? And DeAndre Swift had like a phenomenal running. It was cool, but they stopped running the ball, play calling wise. But DeAndre Swift showed you he was a good running back. But they went to go do XYZ, or take the team out there out in the West though, right? Santa Clara, right? They were already the best running team with my boy that just went to the Dolphins or whatever, right? What's my man's that just went to the running back from the Dolphins? Raheem Morris, right? The 49ers were phenomenal. Not Raheem Morris. Let me see. Mostert, thank you, right? The 49ers had Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson. That turned into Eli Mitchell and Tyrion Price. That turned into fucking Christian McCaffrey, bro. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to just have cool, bro. Like cool is cool, but cool, dog. Don't tell me nothing about cool. I want to have a contending, could possibly be the best team in the league, because that's what the East Coast team is doing. They understand what they got at quarterback. They got a first-round wide receiver. They traded for a first-round wide receiver. They got the best running back in the league. They don't stop constructing that offensive line. They add Becton to it, who's an ex-first rounder. They're constantly fixing them cornerback problems they was having. Oh yeah, Maddox would be a pretty cool slot receiver on 70% of the teams in the league. Man, go draft somebody and take that dude's job. That's how teams win bowls around here, bro. That's how teams win bowls around here. Am I tripping? Of course I get an attitude when y'all go, oh, well, Voch, I want to see what Awesome Riches is working with. For what? Yeah, I get an attitude. Are you effing kidding me? Yo, Voch, you think Nathan Thomas can come play guard for you? Nick, no. So when I'm talking about Brock Hoffman, bro, I just don't get so emotional about it. And don't even take that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, objectively, listen to what I'm saying and don't, like, feel about it. Like, bro, Hoffman is cool. But Tolbert is cool. 70% of the teams are regular season teams. 30% are going to the playoffs. Dion, that's fantastic. Dion, here's a work off for you. There's a work off. You're absolutely right. Brock Hoffman would play for 70% of the team, but I'm trying to be the 30. That's a fantastic point right there. Here. Shouts out to you, sir. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said?
Did you hear what I said?
That's top tier right there. Voch, take this attitude up with the front office, not the fans. I am mostly taking my attitude up with the front office until Cowboy fans come in my chat and tell me that I'm tripping. That's all. I don't have a problem with. I'm a fan. I'm one of y'all, and I opened this whole thing taking it out on the front office. Where you been? I'm only fussing with you because you think I'm fussing with you. I've been fussing at Jerry and Steven. I've been fussing at Will McClay. I ain't fussing with you. I've only fussed with you until you telling me that I'm fussing with you. What y'all mean? I've been at work. Then shut up. You been at work. Let me rock, dog, if you been at work. That's all I'm saying. I be drafting Simmons at 12 and putting him at left tackle. Who you telling? You're solid at left guard with Tyler Smith. You're damn good at left guard with Tyler Smith. I move BB to right guard. I wouldn't. He'd be an all-pro instead of good and move Tyler Guyton to right tackle. Well, you'll still have problems with Guyton, but I do think Guyton will ultimately be a right tackle for you. I think Terrence Steele will get moved on from, and Guyton will ultimately be a right tackle. But I don't think Guyton needs to be a better left tackle. I think Guyton needs to be a better offensive lineman, and then we'll go from there. We just want to be better. Voch ain't the problem. I promise I'm just the messenger. Steele is 100% better than Guyton right now, for sure. For sure. All right, let me go to my supers real quick. See what y'all talking about. Let me run my supers real quick. Supers. Myron? I always make sure you get home safe. I spent a lot of money on you. All right, man. So Santa, what up, Santa Claus? He dropped a deuce in the super chat. Says notable free agents you would like to bring in. We can call Vaughn. I'm not a Steph Diggs guy, but you can call Keenan Allen. You can call Amari. You can call Cooper. Omari Cooper and Cooper Kupp. You can call Asante Samuel. There's some names you can call out there. And look, I don't need a whole bunch. I just need just a little. It's cool. JR Drop 5 says, at this rate, the Cowboys are going to sign you and brought us for D-line. They not signing Voch to come play D-line. No, sir. Voch lives a totally different life now. I know. I appreciate it. I'm a civilian. James Grover, because I've been a cuss one of these Cowboy fans out if they try to get crazy with me on the internet. James Grover dropped a dime and says, if Jency and Ted are gone at 12, would you rather stick and pick or trade back to the high teens, low 20s, grab Simmons, Golden, Zabel, Hampton? I definitely ain't taking Zabel, but I try not to take trade backs too seriously because I don't think it's realistic for us to hate where we're picking. Call a team and be like, hey, I hate where we're picking. Can I get some of your picks so you can pick where we hate picking so we can pick where you are? I don't think that's realistic. I think the better exercise is to make a list of you staying in there and making your pick. I think that's the actual play. Staying in there, making your own pick, and then from there, like just pick a list of guys that you would rather have. Pick a list of guys you would rather have and just take them. Voch is securing bags and not the line of scrimmage. Voch ain't got no money.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened.
Voch ain't got no. Hey, look, man, don't say that about me, dog. I don't have nothing. I ain't got shit. A little oud wood, ain't nothing going on, man. Ain't nothing happening here. But sure, I would stay in at 12 and I would pick my best player. And I think the obvious answer, if anybody tries to call you and say, it's all good, Zan. I think if anybody tries to call you and say, hey, can we trade up to get X, Y, and Z, man? You run to do that to get more picks and build your team out. But it ain't just finna happen that we finna call somebody. It ain't how that works. Not how that works. But I appreciate you. Oh, that's not what I would think works, but it may happen. I don't know. Somebody will have to be on the board. You have to think to move away from somebody. The Blue Ranger says Voch blows all of his money on chill, man. A couple of months ago, that was my obsession. I'm on to something new now. Y'all gonna find that out soon, really. Y'all will see my new obsession pop up here or there. Let me know when y'all recognize it. Trax Rapid dropped a 5 and says Franklin look like they've been hit by a truck. Damn. Shouts out to Franklin's. That check is clearing tomorrow.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
Shouts out to the Franklin's though, man. Y'all be sure to call them at 214-333-3333 or franklinfirm.com if you've been hit by a accident. If you've been hit by a truck or a negligent driver, call the Franklin's. No, but ain't gonna be watches. I'm all watched out. I've gotten my watch obsession out the way. I got like 30 watches over there. It's related, but it ain't watch. Memphis Mike in New Mexico dropped a 5 and says, so what happens to this almost 50 million in cap space? We don't know. We don't know. Plus, there were only like 4 players that hit free agency that were worth pursuing to me. I agree. J. Lou, Tank, Chauncey, and who else? So yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. We just need some guys, man. We just need some guys. Who made the call when the Cowboys picked up Charles Haley? I was like a babe. I was 1 or something. I was like 2. Salvador Estrada dropped a 5 in the super chat. I ain't even saying nothing. He just wanted to show some love. Appreciate you, Sal. Nick dropped a 5 and says, Voch, Stephen Jones is putting together the all-bust team. Nothing but failed first-round picks. Comfortable, lazy, and cheap. Hey, that's what he do, man. That's catnip. That's catnip to Stephen Jones. Like an ex-first-round pick that don't cost a lot of money, man. Come on, man. One of them teams suck at drafting picks, man. Come on. Man, look, we looking for Cleveland Farrell right now, sir. Like, what you think? Come on. And Matt Weeds dropped a 5 and says they're banking on the coaches being great teachers and coaching the new guys so they get better. You think they're gonna sign a free agent quarterback or draft? They may draft a guy, but I'd rather take that pick and just bring another veteran in. And Charlie G, the last one, he dropped a deuce and says, was Elam a good pickup or Gilmore? Gilmore is a better pick than Elam. Even though I think depth-wise you need Elam to an extent, but you don't want to have to lean on Elam. Good show today. Keep on. Yeah, man, I don't always get an opportunity to pop out, man. I if it was the regular season, and me and Will still going through the same thing, but this team sometimes makes you not want to go live too much, man. The team makes you not want to cover it. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much mess going on, so much nonsense going on with the team, bro. You're just not as you're not as enthused as you once was, you know. So I'll get back to streaming frequently. I promise you. I'll get back to it. This is my favorite thing to do. But till then, Brian gonna work me to death, man. I'll just be doing the Doing All Right podcast and the draft show. I'll go live. You know what I'm saying? I'll tap in and go live. I go live on Bleach Report every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so y'all can tap in with that. But this is the crib. This is home, and I love that no matter when I go live, y'all pop up and tap in with me. So appreciate y'all. Anything else? Y'all follow me on Twitter. Y'all hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 100. But you know, they trying to, you know, they done held me up a little bit at the light, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to 100, man. They trying to give me a hurdle. So if y'all haven't subscribed, could y'all please hit the subscribe button. The Blue Ranger says real late happy birthday, Voch. Appreciate you, man. You know, the birthday was a while ago, but I'm not the guy to advertise the birthday in that way. I'm not the guy to be like, hey man, can I get a happy birthday? You know, I just go to work. I go to work and kick it, but I appreciate y'all. The Blue Ranger salute. And yeah, man, I'm about to watch some film to get ready to give y'all a great show tonight with Brian Broaddus, man. There are some great developments happening with me and Brian in the Doing All Right podcast, so y'all just stay tapped in. And we're gonna get Will Still involved. We're gonna get all our friends involved, and it'll be a cool little thing. All right, y'all just bear with me. I love y'all two pieces. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski, the Peace Whiskey. Till next time, salute.